Hello.
Are you perhaps Sir Brian?
Yeah, my name is Brian. How may I help you?
Is it okay if we go with you to see what?
Yeah, sure. Basically, I'm gonna go this way. So anyways, my name is Brian. I'm the academic director of JAC. However, I've been in this company for about 15 years now. I started in 2010. During that time, I was still a teacher. And then I went through the ranks. I became, of course, ESL. Then I started teaching TOEIC. I started teaching business. And then eventually IELTS. Then I became a trainer for all the subjects. And then eventually, as time went by, I ended up becoming the academic director of JAC. Hold on, let me just clock in. 1 minute. Normally I would start from 9 and end up 6, but I don't recall going home around 6 o'clock actually. Usually it's much later than that. Okay, so my routine usually goes to go to the office, say my good mornings, check my emails, and then I go on what is needed to do on my daily life. Good morning.
Morning, sir. Can I get your signature in this one?
Basically I'm signing her work from yesterday because she did some office duties, but I think it was a bit late, yes?
Thank you so much.
Anything else?
Sir Brian.
What happened to these students?
Actually, sir, it's a challenger.
Catch more. Oi.
Sir, this is your
Consultations
consultation
for
IELTS students.
Thank you. I'll just say this.
Okay.
Thank you. So basically every 2 weeks I have consultations with students. There's actually lots of features when it comes to the IELTS program that we have in JAC. Just to name a few, first and foremost, JAC was the first to start teaching IELTS, was an IELTS center. The big things I want to talk about though is our 2-2-1-1 system when it comes to our IELTS. Now, 2-2-1-1 system basically means 2 speaking, 2 writing, 1 listening, and 1 reading. The reason why we want to give emphasis on the speaking and writing is because, frankly, this is the weakness for most of our students. That's why we wanted to give more classes. This is great for our IELTS standard. However, we do understand that sometimes students do improve really quick at a certain segment, or rather at a certain subject. So for example, let's say they become really good in reading, they can remove reading, and then they can add it to one of their weaknesses. So this becomes customizable and personalized for the student. To start first, we do have something called IELTS Starter and IELTS Master. So this is basically dependent on the student's level. Once they arrive here in JAC, we will dedicate a day of them, of course, the very first day for their initial test. From the initial test, we'll be able to see their scores. If their scores are low, then they go directly to IELTS Starter. If they're pretty good, then they go to IELTS Master. Now, the difference between IELTS Starter and Master, of course, is the way that we teach, the different types of books, and of course, the teaching methodologies for our students. But for the IELTS Starter and Master, when it comes to the number of classes, we have our IELTS Lite, our IELTS Core, and our IELTS Standard, and of course, our IELTS Guarantee. Sometimes scores are not always true in a way. Sometimes they might get lucky, for example, in listening and reading, meaning to say that they might have had a good score on a certain week, but if you talk to them, they would say that they've struggled and they just got lucky.
No, sir, the student is ready for the consultation.
Right, that's the 950, correct? Let's go. Let's see here. On days where I do coaching, what happens there is I would get around, depending on the number of students, let's say we can go up to 30 to maybe 60 students. What happens there is I would interview them, I will discuss about their scores, their weaknesses, and then basically try to think of certain strategies on how we can improve their IELTS. The beauty about this is I'm not the only one talking to them. So upon arrival of a student, everybody will have the ability to talk to the chief. So Sir Sue, who is the chief of Challenger Campus, has the ability to check on all of the students. At the same time, they would also have the ability to go to the head teacher between 8 to 5, any time of the day from Mondays to Fridays, if they have any other concerns. Let's say they want to change their books, or they want to change their subject, or even the teachers, or if they have an immediate concern, they can go directly to them. Now, this wasn't like a group of students who actually came to the Philippines during the summer and only had 4 weeks to study. It was a great story because among this group, the highest started from 6.5 and was able to get an 8.5 in the official IDP score. And her other peers who never took the test was able to get another 8.0 in a span of 4 weeks. These were really good students. The majority of students would come here with a score of 3.0, 3.5, or even around 4 to 4.5. And then in the span of 4, 8, or even 12 weeks, they would get a score between 6.0 to 7.0. And we have lots of students like this. I'm pretty sure we do have a case study where you can actually see real students getting their real scores, starting from the initial score to our mock test to the real test. Bottom line is, I'm just here trying to help them to reach their target score. And I think that's pretty much. Thank you very much, guys. See you.